you are. I am Tessa-Marie and welcome to the Morning Blessings. How are you feeling today? Today is Monday, March 3rd, 2025, 7:59 a.m. Good morning, Angelina. You got a break. How are you feeling today? Here you are, wonderful ladies. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Angelina. Hi, Lisa. Welcome back from, I don't know. Have a wonderful welcome. How are you guys feeling this morning? Hello, Angie. How are you feeling this morning? It is 7:59 and I've been looking for you guys. So here you are. Today, hello, Loretta. Here you are. How are you feeling this morning? Today is Monday, the Eyes of March, the 3rd. So I remembered the Friday night that was when Vanessa was born. The next morning, I came home and the driveway was covered with snow. So Dawn was visiting. So Dawn, oh, Florida. Oh, that's nice to be back in the wonderful warm weather we have. What do you feel about that? So I shoveled the snow Friday night, the driveway. And Vanessa was born the following morning, Saturday morning. So tomorrow is her birthday. So how are you guys feeling today? It is a new thing. This weekend, the clocks are leaping forward. I am not ready for any leap with this kind of cold Arctic weather we are having. It would not let me post. Good morning. Well, it did because I just pinned it. It says, do not worry, you're doing good. So guys, it's 8 a.m. and look at what their heading is. I'm feeling grateful. Yes, that is one of the things we must remember to feel. Hi Marina, good morning. How are you feeling today? Are you in this part of the world or are you somewhere hot and sunny and warm? So yesterday we had an amazing Sunday self-care show. I know Angie was here, Colleen was there. I can't remember, Nancy was here. It was amazing. If you get a chance, check it out. Hi Colleen, how are you feeling today? Here you are. The thing about this show yesterday, self-care show, we did it on EFT, Emotional Freedom Therapy, and it's tapping. I use tapping at least 4 or 5 times a week. Tapping is amazing. Good morning, my sister, and Dawn and Angie. Oh, Angie was there, Angelina, yesterday, and they came on and they were talking about the tapping solution. And Angie, oh, beautiful humans, wishing you a fantastic week. Yeah, it should be. And they shared, Angelina had gotten instructions from a naturopath she visited to use tapping. But, it was alien to her in a sense, so she didn't really get into it. But yesterday we did. Carnival Monday, Dominic, I know this Wednesday is Ash Wednesday, so it is Carnival Monday, tomorrow is Mardi Gras. So we celebrate similar to New Orleans, Trinidad and Tobago. All the Catholic countries in the Caribbean, we celebrate Carnival. And it's like a month of preparation and it comes to the end. And the music stops. And everybody shows up at church to get their ashes and Lent begin. In the old days, you wouldn't even hear music. Now they continue with the music. Lent is not the same. So, yes, and they had Juve this morning. Juve means at the dawn of day. So Juve, Loretta, if you want to correct it, go right ahead. Juve is when they start off, so they might start being in the street from 10 p.m., or later, 3:30 in the morning, and they start dancing, and that is Juve. So they meet the day, and that is when they usually, in the old days, they had all sorts of costumes on. They still do. So they will have the parade of bands for the next couple of days, I guess. They had the Calypso Queen, the Queen Show, Calypso King, the Queen Show, and all the other things that they do. And the tourists, I think they had from United Airlines coming from New York, direct flight, they had 500 people a day for the past, whatever, coming for this celebration. So it's huge and it's peaceful. They don't seem to have anybody getting angry at anybody. So anyway, so that is, yes. So today is Carnival Monday. Tomorrow is Mardi Gras. and then it's Ash Wednesday. It's over. So let's go back to what we have today. Besides yesterday's amazing Sunday self-care show, where we demonstrated tapping. Tapping is working on the meridian points of your body to help eliminate stress, pain, worry, concern, anxiety, attitude. It just sends a signal to the brain, and that way tapping starts here. So you have this thing, and I just give you a click. Although I am feeling exhausted, I thoroughly love and accept myself. Although I am feeling upset and anxiety and pain, although I have this pain in my knee, I thoroughly love and accept myself. So you do this here, you go here, you go there, you go here, you go there, you go here, you go here, and then you come down there and there. But it works, because when you start off, you always check your level of pain. Hi Betty, good morning. I've been waiting for you. How are you feeling? Here you are. So if you get a chance, check out the video that's posted for Sunday Self-Care Show. Tapping is a nice way to relieve stress and to get a peaceful attitude, release pain, concerns. It really works well. So anyway, let us get into our morning blessings. I have my typical tea because it's cold. So I have golden triangle tea, turmeric, coconut milk, cinnamon, ginger, and no honey. That's it. And a little bit of clove, powdered clove in there. Tapping also keeps your mind in the moment. It does. It's amazing. I used tapping more recently when Brian passed away. And in the evening, I would be lonely, feeling lonely in the evening when we would sit and do things. Always in the evening. So I started doing tapping, and it really helped to this day eliminate that loneliness. I don't know what it replaced it with. If it's memories, I don't know, but it really, I've used it for pain. It's amazing. I came across it years and years ago, but you know, I always try new models as I meet them and know them and see them. So, hi Nancy, how are you feeling? Here you are. So everybody is here. The usual gang is here today. Let's get the show on the road. Stop expecting others to give you something they have never received. And that is because the person is not able to give to you what you would like. Have you tried TM? Yeah, a long time ago, but I wasn't happy with TM. It took me too far. It's similar but not the same. Did not receive in their life. Hi, Rosalind, here you are. How are you feeling today? So, expecting somebody to even give you or to accept something that you have received. Oh, you're going back home. Oh, Florida is over for you too, Nancy. Oh, back to Wisconsin. Have fun when you get there. Let me know how the weather is treating you. Yes. So this thing that we do in life, we meet people in our life. We have wonderful, amazing humans in our life. And then because we are looking for something, it hurts. And when it hurts, is this life? Yes, it is, Rosalind. It hurts, and we expect them to deliver what we ourselves cannot expect them to have. We have to look at it and realize a person cannot hug you with a nice hug if they grew up in a family that didn't hug, didn't touch. It is sad because you are accustomed to it, but to them it's quite normal to go through the world like this. And what we are doing is hurting ourselves by expecting them to give that back because we gave it. And that is the wrong way of sharing a hug, a kiss, a kind word, a touch with someone who doesn't know what that means. Because when you expect them to do that, you are not concentrating on them. That doesn't mean they're in pain. That doesn't mean they're unhappy. They cannot do it because they do not have it. It's like you come to somebody's door and you expect them to give you a pound of sugar. And all they have is half a pound. You cannot get a gallon from a pint. You cannot get a pound from half a pound. And we seem to worry and stress about it. Oh, they're so cold. Oh, they don't care. They don't show love. They don't show affection. The one that really, that is hardest for all of us to accept is those that are not able to say thank you with a smile. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And that hurts. You have just done something, said something, compliment, gave something, and you get thank you. And my mother used to say that, no, how she said it, if there is no hug, it's like a room without a rug. Something like that. But I can't remember the exact words. So what we have to know for sure is when we look at somebody, I was raised without hugs. I took a lot of work to get used to them, but I know love it. Yes, it's, and you can feel the coldness when somebody doesn't have a hug in them. It's actually like you freeze them. They freeze you out. It's so sad for you, not for them. Remember that. The sadness is you that's wondering why they cannot they can't. You cannot squeeze it out of them because they don't have it. The thing is though, you have to continue to do this. If you like to hug, you say, come on here, give me a hug. And they might, okay. And their hands are all weak. And that's okay. They're melting a little bit. The ice is melting. Just for them to go, that is taking a lot of pressure, pushing them so far. We were brought up with hugs everywhere. Everywhere you went, it was a hug and a hug and a hug, it never stopped. And then I did that here. And the thank you is like something that people do not understand so much. Is that magic words. And it starts like Nancy said, she was raised without it. Are we raising our children, or are people now raising children not to say thank you? Not to, you give them the phone, you teach them that. I would pick up the phone and say, here, Auntie Loretta, this is the Auntie Dawn. That one says, send you a gift. Say hello, thank you for the gift. Your grandparents sent you this, thank you for the gift. Make them do it right away and make them learn, come on, give me a hug. And when they do say they do not like hugs when they're growing up and they tell you, hey, I don't want to hug this person, respect that. That is something they don't want to do. Do not tell them you have to hug Uncle John because he's Uncle John, or Auntie May because he's Auntie May. Maybe they just are not comfortable, so you take it away from them. But you give them the hug, and you have to keep doing the hugs. And it's another thing that there's a guy from England, I think I saw a few weeks ago, and he said, keep saying I love you. Keep saying I love you. It took me years to get my friend Debbie to say I love you and to get a hug. Yeah. It's not that you're pushing Debbie to do it. Debbie, we call Debbie. Debbie she's Italian from New York, right? We call her Debbie Shillingford. Everywhere we go, Debbie is there. So Debbie is like part of our family when we get together. She's been to Dominica with us. She's just an amazing human being. But you have to hug her. I remember when we were in New Orleans for Dawn's birthday, I am, wherever I am, I enjoy it. Doesn't matter what's going on, I enjoy it. So we didn't have a cockroach open the wine. I remember I had this beautiful scarf I got in India, and I sat on the floor and I'm trying to do this. And when Debbie came, she grabbed my hand, we pulled the cork off. There we were laughing. We opened our wine. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had wine. But it was important to be in that room at the time as 3 girls or 4 girls, whomever were there. There were others all over the city, but it was just that thing. So she could do all of that with us, but the hugging was slow. But it finally ignited. And my cousin Ina comes, come on, let me give you a hug. That is how she does it. And again, raised the same way. So when you give a compliment to somebody, do not expect them to compliment you back. If you know they can't, they will. You guys know I'm bold. I'm really, really too old to care right now. So I'm giving my friend a gift. Oh, you didn't have to. I said, give me my, and I use that word, right? Give it back. Just give it back. No, I'm not. I said, well, then can you not just accept it with a smile and say, don't tell me what I should or shouldn't do. You don't have to. I know that already. You shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't have because you do not know how to accept a gift or a compliment. But I insist that you take it. And if you don't want it, just give it back. That doesn't mean it will stop me from giving you in the future if I choose to. So we have to become the change we're looking for in others. Not by forcing them to do what we want to do or take, oh, wouldn't you like to grow up to be like so-and-so? No, they don't. Just teach them how to grow up to be themselves. If people are sitting and talking and a child just shows up and starts talking, there's a limit to that. And if you don't stop that behavior, it's going to be an adult behavior. And no amount of money in the world can stop that person when someone slaps them down. The shame is harder. So there are times to correct them. A child comes up and you're talking, I want this, do this. You say, excuse me. That's all. You don't have to force it. You're not telling them. Just say, excuse me. And they will say, excuse me. And then every time you do it. So you do the same thing with your friend that doesn't know how, hey, Yuko, here you are. How are you feeling today? That doesn't know how to share a hug, how to share a smile, how to walk in a room and feel relaxed and open up. You can suggest they do tapping. Tapping can help them to relax and open their body and just feel amazing. And that helps. But it's you that have to keep doing this. You, like Don said, I had to keep hugging Debbie. I had to keep kissing Debbie. I had to be saying goodbye. I had to say, see you later. I love you. I care for you. That is what it is. You have to express those feelings, even if the person, some of them will dismiss it. I say, okay, bye, I love you. Yeah. I just start laughing. And then maybe sometimes they'll say to you, just like Nancy said, I was never hugged as a child or what, those things. I was never told I was lovely. I was never told I love you. I was never touched. My dad would ruffle our hair. His hand would, and that was just those big giant hands. And it was just his way of expressing himself. And my mom would do the same thing. She said, oh, Tess, you're to something else. And the hugs would come. But that is just how it is. We have to understand, do not get mad at that person that does not know how to hug, how to accept a compliment, how to give a compliment. And do not keep saying, oh, I always do for her, I always help, I'm always there, she's never there. There is a choice. You have decided you will always do for them. So you always do for them. Because they do not do for you, that does not mean you have to stop being you. Because that means now you have allowed them to change you. You gave them a key and said, you know what, I don't like me, I want to be more like you. But really, you do not mean that. Oh, I'm not going to call. The thing that is another one that's bad, somebody calls you on Tuesday and they'll say, well, it's your turn next time. To do what? My cousin tried that with me, Ina, and I said to her, you have to stop that nonsense. I'm going to call you if I want to call you, anytime I want to call you. Do not tell me whose turn it is to call me. To call. It's none of your business. Just don't do that. It's annoying. Because don't sit and say, oh, I called her the last time and now she hasn't called me. Really? No. You want to call, pick up the phone and call. That might be your last call to that person. And then you're going to start at the funeral and cry bloody murder. And cry, oh, I didn't remember to call her. I forgot who you are. She can hear you? Or he can hear you? Give them the rose when they can smell it. Tell them they're important. Treasured planners. Hello, thanks. Here you are. Thanks for joining. Let them smell the rose. Give them the compliment. Say something. But do not expect that that person is capable of giving you what you just gave them. It is not possible to do that. They do not have it. They never got it. They never received it. The only way somebody can transplant themselves into a hugger, a kisser, a compliment giver, a positive word, I love you, you're better than this, all of that is that they have to have it. They had it before, and they know what it is to have those qualities, to have these compliments given to them, and to say, it's like, I told you guys about my friend Donato. Donato it's funny, very, but under all of that is the little boy that played hockey in Toronto. His team won, and he was the goalie. And on the way home, his dad would remind him of the one goal he let in the net, not of the 10 that he didn't allow in. He wasn't, shut up, he said. He used to tell him, shut up, you don't know anything, you're a kid. And he told me that the man is 57 years old at the time, and he's still feeling it. So can you expect him to do that naturally? And you know what he said to me? I decided to resculpt my life. This was his exact word. I decided to be better than that. I decided to realize I have to give compliment. He said, I don't know if it's an Italian thing, but he said, that is what I grew up with, and it was hard. I could never be good enough. I could never have an opinion. Shut up, you and all of that. And he said that. So he said, when I grew up, I decided, no, that's not going to work for me. I do not like it. So he sat it and he changed, but he wanted to change. So you cannot force somebody. We have people in our lives who will not pick up the phone and call them. And call us. Sometimes they're children, there could be grandchildren, then you call. And do not say, oh, you never call me, you never call, you don't care. That you don't know what's going on. Hello, nephew, how are you feeling this morning? I've been looking for you, and here you are. So, and you're saying, they don't call me. And I'm thinking, call them. You're the one that needs the call. Call them. Stop criticizing them for their behavior. If you were responsible to teach them loving and calling, then you failed. But if you weren't, believe they did not receive it from the person that raised them. How you expect them to be able to give you what they never received? You want to change? You become the change. You want to do something different? You decide to do something different. Do not depend on them to do something for you. I need to read your comments. There's so many. I have to say this. Thank you. I am happy and grateful that you guys interact without me asking you to so much, making comments. I'll tell you what it does. It helps me to be more engaged. It helps me to know where your mind is going. It helps me to know what others are thinking. It helps that person that will see this next week and say, wow, when I read it out, it stays in the video. Rosalind said, yes, Tessa, you never forget it. You never forget. I know this. I was never good enough. You see what I mean? That hurts, and you're an adult. And she said, absolutely. Yes, some people want hugs, but are resistant. Touch is a human need. I know, Some people, they don't like to touch. Sometimes the things women tell me, I look at them and I go, oh, you don't know what you're missing. I always say, I love you. I know you do. Feeling wonderful from Yuko. I always seem to hug, but sometimes I hold back according to the vibes I receive. You know what? Ditch the vibe. Do what you desire. What makes you feel good? Just say, hello, how are you? And then they go, oh, I'm fine. Just nice to see that. Nice to hear you. You think of something. You know, when you say, hello, how are you? Yes, I am absolutely wonderful. I could be crying inside, but I am going to make you feel good because you are going to feel good. I hardly have any reason to have to cry inside because if it doesn't work, I fix it. That's just me. So send the hugs out there. I am Liberian, so we are hugger and kissers. I like that. She is the first to say I love you at the end of a conversation. I do. But we would actually hang up the phone and go, oh gee, I didn't say I'm sorry. Hello, I love you. You forgot to say I love you. And so this weekend we had a tragedy with one. Oh yes, and all the kids were over hugging each other's parents. It was so amazing. I'm sorry, I'm Stacy. Stacy's son's friend died in a car accident. Is that your eldest son, Drew? And that was sad for all of the kids. So these things are very, very sad when you lose somebody so young, 17 or something like that. It is a very sad thing. And the hugs at that time was healing. The other parents healing, the one parent, everybody's hugging. It has some healing thing. That human touch, Marina just mentioned it. It is important. I had my kids write thank you notes. Yeah, I used to get them to phone. It's embarrassing to phone. So for them, I say, you phone and say thank you. Or I'll dial the number. Here you go. Thank you. Christmas morning. Thank you. You just opened the present. Thank you. In our house, it's opening Christmas presents can take a whole 3 hours because you open and you show it and you hug the person that gave it to you and say thank you and you go on and next person until it goes around and all these hugs and then cinnamon bun is being made and you can smell it, the butter, maybe coffee or chocolate. We just make it in everything. Every time we get together is a party. So Debbie, yes, I can see that. What else? My brother's wife was the same. She didn't hug, right? I was raised without hugs. You can tell the people that came into the world without hugs. The kind of tapping also keeps your mind in the moment. It's true, that was yesterday. So those that are born or never were able to get a hug as themselves, as a child or as a little person, or the touch. Like you have a baby, I would massage my babies. I would use just the oils and I would just massage the limbs, the arms, and massage them very gently. And while you're massaging them, you cover them up and you massage another place. And they would fall asleep so peacefully. So I never had these colicky crying babies. I don't know why, but that's how just the touch. So to give a thing requires that you first have had it in your own life. To give that thing, that touch, that hug, that kiss, those words, these kind words, you have had to have it in your life. You have to have possessed it. Expecting more from others when you can see that they cannot give it to you is actually hurting yourself. So you want that hug, or you feel they should be more open, they should be more receptive, they should. If you know their parents, look at it back. Look at it. Check them out. Some people believe to walk through the earth with a frown on their face is how they should be. Some people believe that. Last week, somebody got mad at me when I said, if we want to know how to move, look at a raccoon. They swirl and they take the time. That's how the raccoon. Have you seen a raccoon going through your house, your backyard, and they pause and they look. They never just dash. And somebody said that was nice, like a raccoon. I said, Nature teaches us how to behave, and you will see that with animals. They nuzzle each other. You ever had a horse and you went and you pat the horse's head and the mane and how it just sat, it doesn't move. The horse, once it's your horse and you're touching it, it does not move. Your dogs, your animals, it's the same thing. We all need that touch. So if you have a friend now, a family member, someone in your life who does not know how to hug, how to love, how to say I love you, the only thing you can do when you're saying goodbye is goodbye, love you guys. Goodbye, love you. Goodbye. How are you feeling? Touch. Come give me a hug. I'll see you in a week. You need to give me a hug. And that's the kind of things, you do. You have to be able to do it first if you want to receive it. I talk a lot about that on my YouTube channel when I do the Thursday show. I always tell people, if you're looking for love, actual love from somebody, how are you expressing love to others on a general way? So you want love. So how are you sending your energy of love to touch others in the world? Empathy, compassion, listening to them, taking the time to tell them they look good. When they tried. You look at them and you see that person who doesn't normally wear makeup. You say, good, you have makeup on today. You look nice. Or that person who normally wouldn't dress like that. I love your dress. It's a pretty dress. You look lovely. That is love with a compliment attached. So the person you're looking to attract to love you as a lover might be standing 10 feet away, 3 feet away in a room. And you have walked into the room and you see someone you go up to them and say, oh, you look so fabulous. I love your outfit. This is really pretty. It suits you perfectly. That person is looking for you. That person wants to see something from you that you don't know. Because you gave it out, you send it out, it will come back to you. And when you do things for others, I keep saying that, and I mean it so much, do not expect it to come from them. I have a philosophy that is different with all of my other philosophies. What I do, I do. Where what I receive comes from is from God. I do not expect anybody to pay me back for the things I do for them, to treat me the same way I treat them. I do not expect it. If they do, I appreciate it, I'm grateful, and I say thank you. If they don't, okay, I did my part. My part is to make sure I do what I love to do. It's like when we pray and we request. So your job is to request. And you have to come to the conclusion that I ask, and I'm going to walk away because it will happen. So that's the same thing. You did it. You gave it out there. If they want to reciprocate, then accept it. But if they don't, do not complain about it. I did so much for them. I gave them my heart, soul, and the last ounce of blood in my body. Too bad you're that stupid to do that. They didn't ask you for it, did they? And if you want it back, you will not get it. It's contaminated now. So give with what you have in you to give. And if they do not give back, if Christ could accept everybody, 10 of them left without saying thank you. He didn't say they didn't have thank you in them. They don't have it. One came back. And you want to get better than that. Come on, knock yourself out. So guys, how are you feeling this morning? And let's see who's here enjoying themselves. Rosalind, I am so sorry. We'll say something about that. Loretta, my dear Betty, Nancy, you too, Stacy, Yuko, Marina, Lisa, back in the world of the living, Dawn, and Gavin, and Angie. Yeah, Rosalind, I know Juliana, Nancy has moved herself from that, and I'm sure you have to. The person that always tells you you're not good enough is because what they're seeing in you, they do not have it. So they have to make you less than. And if you weren't taught to hug and you're an adult now, you cannot be what you were taught then and expected to come into the presence. Nancy says she changed that. Donato said he changed that. He would never criticize someone so badly. And Rosalind, you prove you're worthy. You do things to make you feel worthy. And you know you are. That is why, you see, when I tell you guys about the 5 pillars of prosperity, People think, oh, she just wants to sell my book. And of course I do. But that is not what it's all about, though. It's all about life represented in those 5 pillars. Spiritual prosperity, according to the 5 pillars that I created, I wrote about, is strictly about how you feel about yourself and others. How what people say to you affects you. And what you say to others, how it affects them. They will remember how you made them feel. But really, your nasty and vindictive words only boomerangs right back to the creator of it. So that's why in your spiritual blessings, bless those that hurt you. Never say, you know what, because this wasn't taught to me, or that was done to me, that I was not good enough, I am going to make sure I let everybody know they're good enough that I meet. You're good at that. You're looking good. Yes, and judge less. And that is where you have the exquisite and impeccable words that you use that comes back to you. Where you are, according to Pope John Paul said, it is as it was. So you can change it to be it is as it is, how you feel ease in it. Yesterday we talked about the word dis-ease, which is the disease, right? But the word is rarely spelled not ease. You're not at ease. That's what it's all about. So you put yourself at ease by doing the things you know that will make you and the energy you emanate touch others. And when they feel it, they'll do their best with it. You have only one responsibility. No matter who you are, no matter how old, how young, how feeble, how whatever you are, each of us, our only responsibility is whatever action we take every day, that we look at it, because it will be fleeting. I did my best. This is over. Can I correct any of these mistakes I made? No. What can I say when somebody criticizes me? I did my best. My best, not your best, not another better person's best, just my best. And that's what we have to remember to live our life. Have a great day. And what's happening in the world? Create your own amazing world. And guys, thank you so much for yesterday, and thank you for coming today. I appreciate you. I'm happy and grateful that each and every one of you are here today. Thank you for being the amazing and spectacular you. Remember, everybody, your mantra for today: I am happy and grateful that everybody I meet today is amazing, beautiful, and spectacular. Just say that when you're stepping out of your door this morning, when you're leaving your home today. And keep doing that. And see how it will really be true. It happens to me all the time. I am happy and grateful. Everybody I converse with is amazing, beautiful, and spectacular. And Nancy, safe trip back home. And Lisa, welcome back. And you guys have a wonderful time. The clock is going forward this weekend. It's not always pleasant. So have a great day. Love you. Take care of yourself, everybody. And remember, you become the change you want. So I love you. Have a great day. Goodbye.